Shalom. Let us all praises due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. This is just a lesson, short lesson in regards to what's going on. Russia, they went to South Africa, right? Because Russia is a part of the BRICS nation, so they went to South Africa and pretty much right now it's a war of it's basically war for power, right? Because they feel that the BRICS nation is gonna defeat the whore, and basically they feel that China and Russia is gonna be the new superpowers, right? And basically like they're all gonna lose. So I'm gonna get a couple scriptures and a couple videos that I saw that a couple brothers sent in the group chat, and we're gonna build in the spirit. So let's play this.
See, while the talks were underway, Russia's strategic nuclear bombers, known as the White Swans, actually landed in South Africa. The 13-hour flight is being called a symbolic visit, or is it just another way for Russia to send a message about its capabilities? RT senior correspondent Murad Gazdiev was there. Touchdown. The Russian Swans have come to South Africa. Blackjack, NATO reporting named officially the Tu-160, Russia's strategic nuclear bombers. This is the furthest south that they have ever been. We're closer to Antarctica than we are to Russia at this point. Now, ordinarily, a nuclear bomber doesn't make the most welcome guest, but this is a symbol of trust between Russia and South Africa. Now, you can love them or you can hate them, but this is a majestic aircraft. The world's heaviest supersonic military aircraft. This thing weighs in at almost 300 tons, capable of staying in the air for an entire day. We all have different definitions of what it is to be a friend, but if you're comfortable inviting a supersonic nuclear bomber for a visit, you're pretty good friends. We're going to go meet the pilots. They're pretty tired. This has been a long journey, but the present, these aircraft have caused quite a stir here. Dozens and dozens of journalists come to see the site. The press are very eager to talk to them.
There's been a sense of novelty, like entering uncharted waters, but I think we'll get to explore this part of the world too. We've seen a whole lot of various scenery. Our Earth is enormous, but for the most part, we've been floating.
Yeah, that's pretty much it with that. But they're showing their power. They have the nuclear missiles, and basically it's been a nuclear arms race from during the Cold War, right? When America, they bombed Japan, right? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, right? And that brought a great destruction, and and basically everything is written in prophecy, right? By the prophets, right? Because they already foretold. They pretty much they had visions. Or basically, if you watch movies like The Flash, the series, they pretty much went into the future, Back to the Future. That they went, because everything what we're reading, it's already happened, and the prophets already foretold, right? So everything has to play out. This is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, right? And that land, like Meshech and Tubal, would be located, in like the Black Sea, Russia, Ukraine, right? like that's good, like the region, right? And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O God, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee and I'll bring thee forth. And that's what's happening right now, right? With the whole Russia, their flag, they have like pretty much the hook. China has that too, because they're communist society, and all that armies and horsemen and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, with their missiles, their submarine that has the nuclear capable. They have the nuclear, like capability, right? Pretty much, and um, like all those, the missiles, um, the silos, that's gonna be launched, um, you know, and pretty much they're ready for war, and all with all sorts of armor, even as a great company with buckler and shields, all of them handling swords, right? So they're all these nations, right? They have some of these nations, they have the nuclear capability, the nuclear like capability. That's like a excuse me for my words, but yeah. So they have that nuclear uh, capability, and basically they're gonna be send great destruction, during this third war, right? Persia, right? So that'd be Iran. Um, Iran, is a part of Iran is a part of the BRICS nations, as well as India, right? Ethiopia, yeah, Ethiopia is a part of it too, right? They have like they have the technology as well, the Ethiopians, and Libya, with all them clothed with all sorts of shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah, and the horsemen of the north, right? Um, yeah, this is another one. Because there's going to be a great war, and the elect is going to have to, the Lord's going to have to save the elect, because there's going to be nuclear, that capable, there's going to be that nuclear missile that's going to be launched, all over the world, right? Certain parts of the earth is going to be hit by nuclear missiles. So let's play this.
When one side launches nuclear missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. U.S. submarine-launched ballistic missiles from west of Norway start striking Russia after about 10 minutes. And Russian ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later. The very first strikes are high-altitude EMP attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. The fireball expansion then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The United Kingdom and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the US. So, Russia hits them too. Firestorms engulf many cities. The Hiroshima atomic bomb caused such a firestorm, but today's hydrogen bombs are much more powerful. A large city like Moscow, with almost 50 times more people, can create much more smoke.
Yeah, so we're in that time that that's gonna happen, and it's gonna hit certain parts of Canada, Toronto, and certain parts of Canada is going to be affected. Not all of Canada is going to be destroyed, but America is going to be completely bombarded with missiles, man. And this is Revelation 18. I start at 1, right? Then it says Babylon is fallen, right? So we're seeing, everything is being led up. Russia, they're going to South Africa, the White Swan, and they have the nuclear missile, right? So they're showing that, I'm sure, because right now I believe Putin, he's supposed to be attending a meeting in Russia. So America, the Pentagon or whatever, they're gonna be basically it's a war for power, right? But they're all gonna lose. But Revelation 18:1, after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with glory. Right, and this is like Yahweh Shai and Michael, that's going to be coming down, and his angels, and he cried with a mighty and with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, it is fallen, it is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and cage of unclean and hateful birds. Right, and basically, like, that's what's going to happen. Right, it's going to be complete wasteland as well. But when you go into the thing devils, right, it says, I'm gonna get it on the blue letter.
Strong's G 1142.
Daemon or Daemon, a god or goddess of inferior deity with good or bad, right? And that's what what they're worshiping. They're worshiping the Aphrodite, right? Or Queen of Heaven, all kind of different names, right? And what's the other name that they called? Aphrodite, Hermes, the god of medicine, right? And they show you that too. That's that movie that it's a good series called Painkiller. It shows you how they make money off of our people, man. And look at our people right now. Look at our people in Philly and whatever. And they pretty much they give our people all these drugs, these poison to destroy our people, and they're making a profit, right? But let's say you're a drug dealer or whatever, they're locking you up for 20, 30 years. But these guys, they have these corporations, and they're pushing these stuff, and they're so-called legal drug dealers. You see our people in Philly, over Kensington in Philly. Yeah, so it's like that's why we need we need Yahweh Shai to save us out of this state, man. Our people are done, man. And watch that series, The Painkiller. I'm on my 4th episode. I think there's only 6. That's a good one. But let's get Revelation 18 verse 2. And he cried with a mighty strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, it is become the habitation of devils, the whole of every foul and cage, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird, right? And basically, that's what's gonna happen, right? Because I think Isaiah, 24 goes into that too, right? But they're pushing that whole alphabet lifestyle. When you're walking by a church that has the flag. When you go into school, they have that flag, the rainbow flag. And this place is done. When I watch this, cause one of the brothers sent this in the group chat. I'm gonna put this thing.
Over. Wow. And a quick finish to our first women's $20,000 championship tournament fight. Winner, one more battle. Queen Swords.
feeling right now?
I'm feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? And I want to tell everyone else, I'm coming in this tournament. Every woman in this tournament better look out. I'm freaking coming. You heard it here, everybody. Fallon Fox coming for you.
Go, another trans athlete taking down a woman. But no. This was MMA style. This was cage fighting. This was a damn man that was allowed to enter the octagon and beat the shit out of a biological female. And at the end, they raised the guy's arm and they were like, here's our winner. And the moment that man spoke, I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
I'd like to thank everybody out there who's in my corner.
Totally.
Thank you for Nike for sponsoring my jock strap for this event.
He knocked the crap out of his opponent. Just KO'd on the ground and then had the guts to stand up. And the crowd was cheering him on. And the referee had to duck a move because this guy flailed his arm. And the announcer kind of ducked shit, don't take me out.
Yeah, man, that's why we need Yahushua to save us, because these people, what they're pushing on the world, these athletes, they're these women are supposed to because basically the society exalted the woman, and that they gave them women's liberation, and basically and the whole feminist ideal. And you see what's happening. You have the trans man or men who's beating the shit out of you out of you women, man. Alright? And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and cage of unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunken the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants, right? And basically, that's what they did, right? 'Cause America is basically it's funded off credit. It's a credit-based system, and they're basically getting things imported instead of exported, and all these different nations like China, Pakistan, Iran. I'm talking, not in Iran, but certain, I know that Bangladesh is one. Certain Philippines, because they get cheap labor. They get cheap labor and they get certain materials from Asia it's being imported, into America, right? And they make a lot of profit, right? Everything that pretty much most things that we consume it comes from China, whether it's furniture, whether it's clothes, certain oils and stuff. They comes from Asia, for the most part. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that they receive not of her plagues. And this is what we're hoping, to be we're hoping to be called, because things is happening out here. So when the nuclear missiles are going to be launched, and going to be set, the elect, right, is going to be saved, right? Because the Lord already knows who He's calling, because it's going to get that bad. It's going to be a great war. It's going to be it's going to be a great war, right? So we gotta watch as well as pray, because right now it's not a time to fall out the truth. It's a time to build, all right, and make your call for election short, because it's right now it's not a time to fall out the truth, man. Certain brothers are falling out the truth, man. So You gotta just hold on, man. Don't lose hope.
When one side launches nuclear missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. U.S. submarine-launched ballistic missiles from west of Norway start striking Russia after about 10 minutes. And Russian ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later. The very first strikes are high-altitude EMP attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great war, man. And you know, a lot of brothers, a lot of guys is falling out the truth, man. This is not the time. Alright, that means that you didn't have faith. Because the only thing that's gonna save us is faith. And to do work and to do you know, his will. Right? It's not a time to fall out, you know? Because you have to pray that, you know, the Spirit's on you, right? It says like to take not thy Holy Spirit against me. Against me. I think once in Psalms. I think Psalms 40. You know. But this is Revelation 18:4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sin, and that you receive none of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the powers have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, double unto her according to her works. In the cup that she hath filled, filter her double." So it's going to be a double destruction, and you know, America is going to be no more, and certain parts of the earth is going to be destroyed, but certain places are going to be rebuilt. All right. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she hath said in her heart, I am a queen and no widow, and shall see no more sorrow. So America, they have their whole in New York City, they have the Statue of Liberty, right? And basically, you know, that's basically a Queen of Heaven spirit. It's because these people, they worship, you know, all these different idols, all these different gods and goddesses and stuff, right? You know, and basically it's like Aphrodite, Hermes, there's a god of medicine, and basically like this is why like they make so much profit off of this pharmaceutical industry, man. You know, there shall be, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord that judgeth her. So this place is going to be totally destroyed, right? And it's gonna and like that's what it's leading to, man, because they have the nuclear capability, because they have the nuclear like missiles, and it's already being like stored up, right? They have all kind of different missiles, man, right, from all over the earth that's gonna hit America and hit certain parts of the earth. So
it fires back before ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. The fireball expansion then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The United Kingdom and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the U.S.
That's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be a great war, right? I'm going to get Isaiah 54, I think verse 16. Isaiah 54. Isaiah 54, verse 1. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right, so this is Yahweh Shai. He gave he gave the Timonites that technology, you so-called German scientists, right, to like you guys, you guys like Team Night, they pretty much like use that technology, and they did like a test run in New Mexico, and then they did it another test run in with the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's I have to watch that movie Oppenheimer. I didn't watch it. I think it's like 3 hours. I'm gonna watch it this week definitely, because that's exactly what they did. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an, an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So this place is going to be totally destroyed. I'm going to look at the translation comparison. Pretty much the same thing. Alright. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against thee in judgment shalt thou condemn. Right? And basically the elect is not going to be judged, and they're not going to be condemned, because they're going to be in the chariots, in the clouds, right? Because there's going to be total destruction. Therefore, this is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and the righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. And that's what it is. I think Revelation 12, go to that. Because it's going to be a total glass, complete glass. Revelation 15:1. And I, the scene of heaven, right? Isn't that what we're gonna see? Let's get it. And I, Revelation 15:1, and I saw another angel. I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh. And that's what's brewing up. They're pushing this whole rainbow alternative way of life or whatever. So these people, they're being proud because they feel like that they're gonna be, because they feel like they're gonna be happy in this society and be proud, gay and proud or whatever. Because gay just means happy, right? But they're used that like those words, right? And basically they're doing boogery. Right, so the Lord, he's gonna intervene, right? Because they want to oppress, the black man, or the so-called Israelite man, all right? The Judah, the kingdom of Judah, the sons of Jacob, right? And I saw as it were a sea from the glass mingled with fire, right? Because that's where the angels were gonna have hopefully the hopeful members of the elect is gonna have a full view of the destruction, right? And them that had gotten the victory over the beast and over his image and over the mark, because NATO or the European Union, they're pushing it, right? And all these world governments, they're pushing the whole NWO agenda, right? And they want everybody to be like Caracas, but like while they're pretty much getting people to get the Karaxma, there's going to be a great destruction, right? Because the Lord, he's going to intervene, and he's going to bring Michael, the archangel, right? Which means who is like God. So a God, he's a man of war, right? And Yahushua is a man of war. And over the number of his name, standing on the sea, having glass and having harps of Yahweh. And they sung the song of Moses, the servants of Yahweh, right? And basically, like, we're singing the song right now, right? Going on out there, so we're gonna be we're gonna be in the ship, in the clouds, in the so-called UFOs, right? And we're gonna be rejoicing, man. All right, we're gonna be rejoicing, because look at this. Like, this is what's gonna happen. Alright? And the word prophet, it means to say before. So, like, this is what's gonna happen, man.
When one side
Okay.
launches nuclear missiles, the other side detects them and fires back before impact. U.S. submarine-launched ballistic missiles from west of Norway start striking Russia after about 10 minutes. And Russian ones from north of Canada start hitting the U.S. a few minutes later. The very first strikes are high-altitude EMP attacks, frying electronics and power grids by creating an electromagnetic pulse of tens of thousands of volts per meter. The next strikes target command and control, as well as nuclear launch facilities. Land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles take about half an hour to arrive. Each impact creates a fireball about as hot as the core of the sun, followed by a radioactive mushroom cloud. These intense explosions vaporize people nearby and cause fires and blindness further away. The fireball expansion then causes a blast wave that damages buildings, crushing nearby ones. The United Kingdom and France have nuclear capabilities and are obliged by NATO's Article 5 to defend the US. So, Russia hits them too. Firestorms engulf many cities. The Hiroshima atomic bomb caused such a firestorm, but today's hydrogen bombs are much more powerful. A large city like Moscow, with almost 50 times more people, can create much more smoke.
So they want the smoke, man. Yahushai, the Heavenly Father, he's gonna bring the smoke, man. Alright? That's pretty much it. I had more scriptures, but that's it. I pretty much wanted to bring out that video. So with that, that's to say all praises due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the hopeful members of the elect. We're almost at the finish line, so we gotta just keep pushing, man. Even if it takes us certain brothers like losing their life, we're gonna stand firm and be bold. Wisdom of Solomon 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labor. So that's why we're making our calling for election short. Alright? So with that, let's say our praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect out there, whoever they may be. Shalom.